Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, May.
And I'm Laura, and today we are going to be talking about the man of the century, I guess. I'm going to kill him. Elon Musk.
Great. It's like an inside joke at this point, how many Elon Musk ones we've done.
It's insane, but it's always like genuinely the top 3 news stories are related to him.
That's true.
It's like, here, actually, would you guys rather I just ignore his existence from now on? Because happily.
Yeah.
Or
There's a lot happening. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's entertaining as hell.
Oh, I mean, he delivers, let me tell you.
He really
and today
does.
we're going to go back in time a little bit and talk about some of his growing of SpaceX and Tesla, his cousins starting SolarCity.
Great.
You know about that?
I don't know.
And then most importantly, him coming out as having Aspergers and the whole Thai cave diver fiasco that you might remember.
I don't remember, so I'm excited.
And also his Pepper Potts firing assistant deal.
Okay, great.
Oh, this is great. My Manos stick nothing.
There you go.
So anyway, enjoy.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold on.
From that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's risque business news.
Well,
Here we are again.
here we are again.
Laura's been sick.
I've been sick, so I sound a little more manly a little bit more Elizabeth Holmes than normal. This is Elizabeth Holmes themed.
I feel like I'm also a little stuffy, but it might be allergies.
Let's go with that.
Anyway, we'll go with
Or
that.
it's that we hung out like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Like I got home and I was like, uh-oh.
I've been drinking excessively basically
Honestly,
this whole month.
Yeah, you've been dieting and literally being a monk.
Yeah.
Like a
Like a workout recluse.
yes.
Yeah, so now I'm
Praying to the deities of muscles.
but now like I've gone completely the other direction and I'm like, "Oh wait, just because I'm married doesn't mean I like
Yeah.
feel terrible and be gross."
Yeah. So there we are.
So there we are. So now I'm trying to get back on the rails here.
No, you're good. And you're going to Africa in like 2 weeks. So
That's true. Might as well just keep off the rails.
whatever.
Hey, good point.
It's going to reset then anyway.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I wish I could be joining you more, but I've been dealing with this. So we'll be back on the out there soon. Lots has been going on in the news. We're going to bank a couple episodes for the holidays, so you guys are going to hear some more in-depth stuff. The good thing is there's so much shit going on.
Yeah.
For instance, SBF got arrested.
Yay. Should we high five?
Yeah, we're high-fiving. He's gone, buddies. So there'll definitely be more to talk about with that.
Where is he staying?
I think he's in the Bahamas right now.
Okay.
And by the way, apparently the jail they're holding him in is like one of the top 5 worst jails in the world.
No way. Oh my God.
You did not think this one through, my
That's
guy.
great. That's amazing. Because I would assume he was like, I literally go, where's he staying? As
Yeah,
though he's going to a
where-
resort.
Where did he get a room? Where's his reservation at?
Is there a view?
Yeah. I mean, realistically, probably that would be normally the case. Like if he were in the US, he'd probably be in some posh, like Matt and I went hiking north of New York and there was some
Facility? Correctional
facility, Sing Sing?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
I think it's that. It might be something slight variation of a double little word like that. And apparently it's like nicer than most hotels. It was beautiful. It was right on the Hudson. It was stunning.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was jail. And it's just because everyone has close access to New York City. So they're high profile lawyers and
Great.
all these like celebrities go and entertain them there.
Oh my God. I would love to go to jail for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
and
I'm
see
like,
how
what
it is. Do they do tours?
do some quick fraud?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, finally for my taxes.
Yeah. Also, I feel like I would like get so svelte in there. What up? I have nothing to do.
You wouldn't be drinking.
I wouldn't be drinking.
Or
Well,
you'd be
unless
drinking
I'd be drinking hooch.
Hooch.
I bet those nice ones get like filet
Yeah.
mignon and wine.
Yeah, they're probably like, I mean, this isn't like top shelf liquor, but it is still a margarita.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh no. So we'll talk probably more about that as more details come out, but we've done 2 episodes now about SBF, so we're going to give you guys a break on that side. Quick tweet that I saw that did make me laugh and reminded me of that whole situation. If your CFO uses a MacBook, you're going to jail. Good rule of thumb if you're looking for a new job. Just ask quickly what the CFO is using for their machine.
For their machine. What would you think that a CFO would use? A fucking
No,
Like
I mean,
a-
they better be using Windows and
'cause
a keyboard exclusively.
Okay.
Excel does not run well on Apple devices.
True, that's true.
And the CFO, their job is Excel.
Yeah.
You get into Excel.
Exclusively
You do
Excel.
not take your head out of there. Put your head back in Excel. Don't come out until we say so.
That's very funny.
Yeah. Anyway, so just check in with your C-suite.
That's so funny. Like, any suggestions for the company as we go into the new year? I noticed that Greg uses a MacBook, and that raises some eyebrows over here.
Yeah.
On the marketing team. I'm just saying.
Listen, at the marketing team, we understand that we can use that, but we're worried that finance is in there. It makes me feel like we're doing fraud. And they're like, oh, it's because we're doing fraud.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that's why we use. All right. Got
Great.
it. Anyway, that made me laugh. Another thing that made me laugh that happened is there was the Game of the Year Awards, which is, as you can you put it fucking together, video game like Emmy award show.
Right.
And Elden Ring, which is a game I play, it's just very difficult.
Oh my God. Laura and her freaking
I know, in my like gaming life, my 4 or 5 free seconds a week.
That's probably the most like pick me thing about you. You're like,
know, but
I'm
I
just like a gamer girl.
But I never talk about it.
That's true. Okay, continue.
May doesn't like when people enjoy things.
No, that's not true. I'm excited to see the movie we're about to see
That's
after
true.
this.
That's
okay.
true. Okay, so anyway, this is really funny though. So Elden Ring wins Game of the Year. All is well. Like the whole crew comes up there. It's a bunch of developers like who've never been in front of human beings before. And some kid follows them on stage and then
Oh my God, what are you about to show me?
he goes on stage and as they are doing their like
Little spiel,
acceptance
thank
speech,
you,
he
God, or
runs up
whatever.
and says,
I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
What?
so if you couldn't understand through his accent, he goes on stage. He is not involved at all with
Okay.
Elden Ring.
Okay.
At all. He walks with them though, and no one asks him anything.
Yeah, why
Then he
weren't
grabs-
they like, who are you?
Because they're developers and they have no like
They
don't
probably
know.
haven't
They
looked
got-
each other in the eye.
Yeah, they're like, who is this? I just know them by their gamer tag. And he then grabs the microphone for their acceptance speech. This little kid, he's probably 14 years old.
Oh my God.
He's not involved with them. And then says, I nominate this award to my Reform Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Like, is this Mad Libs? Like, what is
fever dream?
what is happening?
Oh my God, I
That's-
do not understand.
That's the funniest fucking thing ever. Those guys worked for like genuinely probably 5 years on that game.
Oh my God.
This
that's
was their
so funny.
moment, and this random fucking kid hopped up on stage with them. Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Okay.
Is it possible that his Orthodox rabbi's name is just Bill Clinton?
Maybe. You know what? I don't think they asked. I think they were just like, hey, literally, maybe that is something that's true, but it's not relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not involved with Elden Ring.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Everyone's just clapping. They're like, yes, this is him in the background. This is the team walking up. And he just gets up and starts clapping and follows
Oh my
them on
God.
stage.
What a troll. That is so funny. Oh, they were
It's-
arrested?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I'm reading ahead and you're...
No, I mean, that's literally the moral of the story is if you do that, he was in fact arrested.
What? What's the offense, though? Public
For
nuisance?
ruining their nice night. The official offense was, hey, that was uncool.
Hey, we didn't like that.
No, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, Game of the Year awards, Elden Ring won. The second story I have is there was a couple of years ago, or 1 year ago, October 2021, there was the Zim Kingston ship, which capsized. It's like a container ship, and spilled 109 containers into the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
It's a lot of containers.
Yeah.
I guess it
Of
got
what?
caught. Well, one of the containers had 1,600 Yeti coolers
Oh, no.
in them. And apparently they have now, like, enough time has passed that they're now washing up, like, across the Pacific Ocean shore.
That's great. Imagine just getting a free Yeti. I'd be like,
Dude,
amazing.
they
They're
cost
expensive.
they cost $750.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Right. So all of a sudden it's kind of become a bit of a thing where people are like, okay, but where the fuck are the Yeti coolers?
Yeah, right.
Like the ultimate cleanup experience. Everyone's trying to run around and get them. One guy in
They're
Alaska.
huge. Well, I don't know. I
Massive.
mean, obviously, they come in different variations, but like usually they're big.
There's a couple of varieties of them, but yeah, they're like, I mean, they're coolers. Like they're ready for cooling things. You know, what you do with coolers.
I also love that it's washing up in fucking Seattle and stuff. Because
Yes.
like all these granola crunchy ass people that do all this stuff with Yetis, they're probably like, I already have 6. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I don't know, add it to the list, whatever. One
Yeah.
guy in Alaska, also in Alaska, where it's like they're like, I'm fishing live here.
Right.
I'm eating fish straight from the river. Like I don't know what to tell you. One guy found 19,
Oh wow.
and they're all in near mint condition.
Is he gonna resell them?
Look at all the
should.
ones. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah. So he's a 38-year-old Marine welder and bush pilot in Seward, Alaska, and he is still hunting for more of them. Apparently, the rest of the stuff that fell out of the ship was toys, urinal mats,
Oh,
and refrigerators.
like urinal cakes.
Like, I think the mats that go on the bottom of urinals.
Oh,
I'm not terribly familiar with urinals.
refrigerators. Holy, yeah, I'm not familiar with
Yeah, I'm like,
urinals
I don't
either.
know let us know what part of the urinal that is.
Refrigerators. Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Very difficult too.
Damn, that sucks.
I mean, apparently they're going to continue to wash on shore. They're thinking for the next 30 years.
Oh my god.
So if you're listening from Seattle or Seward, Alaska, go outside, touch grass, and maybe you'll find $750 worth of cooler.
You might.
You
Do you think
might.
they're gonna sell those? Where are they gonna sell them?
I mean, they'll probably sell them on eBay.
eBay.
Frankly, I'd probably pay a little extra knowing it was one of those ones.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Kinda
this is cool.
Cool background.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's very twist on vintage.
Yeah. We have a Yeti cooler.
Do you? Okay,
We do.
brag.
Mhm. It was gifted to us. I don't know who gave it to us, but somebody did. And it's one of the backpack ones, but it's like so we can go to the park and have cool drinks all day.
All day long.
That's a
and
quality
literally,
product.
Not even all day, all week. Those
No.
things do not give off any, like, they're good.
Oh, wow.
They will seal it up.
All right, well, we know what we're doing.
Yeah. It also works for heat. Am I doing Yeti spokesperson?
Yeah.
Well, I think that, I don't know if they're headquartered there, but they had a big facility in Austin, Texas, because that is the mecca of cooler
Is
and
it?
cooler related
Oh, yeah, yeah,
activities.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. We would float the river.
Oh yeah.
And you'd
yeah,
take
yeah.
a cooler and you'd put it in its own tube, and everyone would surround the cooler.
That's fun.
Ooh, it was so fun. So fun. All right, next
All right.
story. This one made me think for a while. South Korea just changed a law, so all of their citizens are about to get a year or 2 younger.
Why?
Correct response. I was
Yeah.
like, I read that headline like 4 times. I was like, what are you saying?
I don't understand.
So apparently in South Korea, you know how normally when you're born, you're 0 because you've been
Right.
alive for a goose egg amount of time.
Right.
Normal. In South Korea, what they would use was a version of the Korean age where you'd be born at 1
Okay.
and then it would count from there. And then there was even another version where you would be born at 1 and then you would get your next year of birth would be at January 1st. So if you were
Oh, I
born on
see.
December 30th, you'd be 1 and then you'd be 2
The
2
next
days
day.
later.
Wow, that's
Whatever,
weird.
yeah. Yeah, it's wrong. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, South Korea, wrong.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
Literally no sense. Especially, how would you go to a kid's second birthday and it's literally a newborn infant?
Yeah.
It's like-
that's so weird.
Everyone's like, okay. Sounds very confusing, and it is. And they eventually decided that, in fact, that is confusing. For instance, Psy from Gangnam Style. Remember that song?
Yes, Whoop'em Gangnam Style.
Welcome Gangnam Style. That song had a chokehold on us
it
for a
really
while.
did. It
Still
slapped.
Kind of does.
It was fun.
The second I read about it, I was like, oh, well, now I'm going to have it stuck in my head for the next
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Hope.
So,
Hey,
yeah,
sexy lady.
It was great.
hope,
It is
hope,
great.
Whoop'em Gangnam Style.
Yep. And the music video immediately had equal popularity.
Oh, it was great. The little dance. Was he a one-hit wonder? Has he got anything else?
I don't know.
I really enjoyed him.
Let us know. But anyway, he was an example where he was born on December 31st. So he was 44 by international age, 45 by calendar year age, and 46 by Korean age.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
He was like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
What am I? Who am I?
So is he 44 in reality?
So now they changed the law, and then in June 2023, all of their official documents are going to use the standard international age, which is the correct
right.
age. Korea. So one thing I'm going to take a hard stance on. If I have a hard take, it's this.
That
That
would
is wrong.
suck. If I'm like overnight, I'm just 34. I'd be like, no.
Yeah. Well, at least it's the other way. What if it was the opposite?
Oh,
What if you were getting older?
that would suck.
I'm going to be like, what?
See, I had some really stupid thing in my brain where I was like, are they giving them back a year of life because of COVID? I was like, the hell am I talking about?
That's creative. A
Yeah.
for creativity.
That's like a Disney movie premise. Everyone gets to redo a year.
Yeah, the redo year. The year off is what it would be called.
Yeah.
I don't have a story here, but I just want to point out.
Okay, where are you going with this?
No, that's it. I just wanted to bring to the attention of everybody. If you're just listening, you don't know what I'm talking about. I have on the screen here an image of Jack Dorsey, who looks exactly like Peter Dinklage.
That's it. That's all you have.
I just want us to acknowledge they look the same. Peter Dinklage, except for one obvious different trait, could play Jack Dorsey in a movie.
Oh my god, that
But
would be amazing. Actually,
Honestly, they should just cast him.
just do it and just don't mention anything.
Never say a word.
Yeah, just go about the whole
Holy
story. He's like at these
shit.
holistic little like weird CEO
Oh,
retreats.
yeah.
No one mentions it at all.
At all. They're like, I guess Jack. Huh. Yeah. Huh. And Peter would crush it. He's a
He would.
fantastic actor.
He would.
Fantastic. He would be so good, minus one very difficult thing to get around.
It would be that would be the funniest fucking movie I've ever seen.
I would. It's not. It's like a complete. It's all drama, but it's also in comedy. It's in all the
Right.
comedy sections. They're like, I mean, the whole movie's dramatic, but like,
But,
come
like
on,
we all have to ignore this big like
little
casting
issue.
flaw.
God damn it. They look the fucking same.
They look exactly the same. That's so funny. He kind of looks like Greyjoy or whatever, like in Game of Thrones. What's his name?
Oh,
Lord Greyon or whatever the fuck. The one who got his balls
I don't
cut
know.
off. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. You get it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Or
you
like
do, but
Peter
it's fine.
Dinklage.
Or like Peter Dinklage of the same show.
Of the same show. And of other wonderful roles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so figured I would just give you that
Oh my God.
joyful take.
That's hilarious. Okay. That was so fucking funny. All right.
I also have no words. I just have the two pictures on top of each other.
You know, there's no story I would just like to bring to everyone's attention.
I just want to pause and let you know they're the same guy.
Oh my God, that's very funny.
They could literally be brothers.
I saw Peter Dinklage at the airport once.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How was he?
Small.
Are you sure it wasn't Jack Dorsey?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on. Obviously, Elon Musk has been up to quite a bit. I will do a more in-depth review of the Twitter files because
That deserves its
out
own
there.
episode, obviously.
It's also like there's politics involved, and like I just did not want to do that today.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's fascinating, so it just deserves its own thing.
It deserves its own thing, but
Yeah.
at the meantime, I have this some fucking backstory on the Thai cave divers. Then I was like, we got to go through this.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about,
Yeah,
so
we'll get-
I've got to know.
All right, we'll speed through this stuff up top about how the companies are doing.
Okay.
So where I left off is he was divorced, and he has two companies which are humming along, but they're not like they're not where they are today, right?
Yeah.
SpaceX and Tesla. 2010 things were going well for Tesla. Daimler? Do you know Daimler?
No.
I guess it's like part of Mercedes-Benz or something.
Oh. Maybe it owns Mercedes-Benz?
Maybe. It might be like their parent company or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But apparently they're a big deal.
Okay.
But anyway, they invested $50 million for a 10% stake in the company, which was super validating because they got the cool Mercedes-Benz logo.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that so funny that 2010, like, that was still a big deal for Tesla? That's 12 years ago, I guess, but it's like, it's funny to think how far they've come
Yeah.
in like a relatively short amount of time.
Right.
Like that brand recognition was
Right.
a big, like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, they are serious. And
Mm-hmm.
the Department of Energy gave them a $465 million loan.
Wow.
And then Toyota also invested in them.
Okay.
The Toyota investment was important because Tesla was trying to build a bunch of cars. famously. And it was right after 2008 where Toyota and GM had built this massive factory and then abandoned it because they had no money.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Remember how Detroit, like,
That whole thing? Yeah.
all that?
Oh
How
my
we
God.
lost that area of the country for a minute?
Side note, have you seen Barbarian?
No.
Oh.
What, is Peter Dinklage in it?
No.
Then, or
You
Jack-
just exclusively watch movies with Peter Dinklage.
honestly, that'd be it'd be still good. Everything would be great.
Elf. That's in. He's in that. Remember? He's the businessman.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no, really. That's like the joke.
I was like, that is very offensive.
no, he's actually in it. Do you not remember? Because Steve,
know, I
or was
don't
it not Steve Carell, Will Ferrell. He goes into like his dad's office and Peter Dinklage is presenting or something, and he's like, "Oh my God, you must be from the North Pole,"
I completely forgot about that scene.
which
You're
actually
totally
is
right.
an offensive scene, but
It is.
whatever. It's a few years ago. It was fun.
That's
It's a
back
great
in the day
movie.
when you could do
Sue
that.
me.
Also, Peter Dinklage was on board. He was like, "How much money? Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be there.
right. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins." So,
But
wait,
anyway, Barbarian. It takes place in Detroit, and it's like really fucking gross looking.
oh, I heard
Yeah.
Detroit's on the up and up though.
That's what I hear.
All the artists can move there because the rent is $-. It's
Yeesh.
free. Anyway,
There's no water either.
there's no water.
No, that's not.
What
true.
about Flint?
I
That's
think
Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Flint is not Detroit, I don't think.
Doesn't
But whatever. Anyway, who cares?
matter.
Sorry. Back to Elon.
Okay, anyway, so point is, as a result, this factory that they had from 2008 was like not building cars. That's for damn sure. No one was buying cars. And part of the investment deal is they were like, yeah, you can use it. We don't give a shit. We're not going to sell it. No one's buying car factories right now.
Right.
So they got access to this facility in Fremont, California, which is where they built this for whatever reason. Sounds expensive.
Yeah,
that
right.
they would literally have never been able to afford otherwise. So it was like everything was just like working out for him, coming up roses. In June, they filed for IPO because they needed a lot of money. And
Of 2010.
in 2010.
Yeah.
Yep. And just for some context, a $10,000 investment in their initial IPO would now be worth, apparently, according to the internet's math, $2.6 million.
Wow. Damn.
We fucked up.
I consistently fuck up about
Like
investments.
every single day, I'm like, I'm an idiot. I missed it. Oh,
Yep.
and I missed it. Oh, and I missed it again. And I missed it again.
We
So
gotta
this
just
is
get
another-
somebody to do it for us because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I know.
And I'm
Well,
not going to learn either.
I need to do that Nancy Pelosi stock tracker, which, by the way, they did put an ETF together for her.
Oh.
I think they launched it, where you can like do all her trades
Yeah.
automatically. Like
Okay.
our idea, but I was like, oh, that's really hard to track.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So, despite this big IPO and like some pretty significant investments, some people didn't trust this at all, and they were short selling the stock, which he hates, and they were very vocal about it.
Yeah.
So some very prominent people, but they've soldiered ahead. In 2011, they released the Model S. Pretty,
Okay. Is that like the standard one?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm sure, but they were $100,000.
Oh my God.
Very expensive.
That is so much money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That is not negligible. So
Ew.
a lot of people originally made reservations, like put a deposit down for the car.
Yeah.
And then the car ended up coming out and they weren't actually going to like move forward with the purchase of closing the deal,
Yeah.
which is not good,
Mm-hmm.
clearly. So Tesla was then at the position where so many of these reservations were canceling that if they didn't close more of these deals, they were going to have to close the factory.
Oh my God.
So it's like, well, I feel like we've gone through this so many times now with Tesla where it's like things are going well. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, they might literally go out of business like now.
Right.
Like immediately. So Elon found out what was going on and obviously freaked out. So then he did something very unorthodox. He took people from every corner of the company off of what they normally do,
Oh my
off
God.
their normal jobs, and gave them a list of people to call and close deals.
Oh my God. So everyone just became a salesperson?
Everyone.
Wow.
That's so like the janitor is like, hello? Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to? It's
Do you want
$100,000.
$100,000?
Also, like how it must have been annoying when you're like, okay, well, I get paid $45,000. I'm making minimum wage.
Yeah.
Hello?
That's crazy.
He also made an announcement personally guaranteeing the resale value of the cars to be similar to a luxury sedan. So people were worried that the car would come out and then like demand would be weird and that they wouldn't be able to like keep the value of it. And $100,000 is obviously a ton.
Oh my God. So much.
So Elon put his personal wealth behind it,
Okay.
which feels like a risk.
Yeah.
I just spilled tea all over myself. Perfect.
By the way, I feel like we're both very sick this episode. We're doing our best.
We're doing our best. I'm having fun. So
We're
I hope
having
you are
fun.
too. I hope you're having fun
We're
too.
just scratchy throated and having a
Providing you
time.
details. So, okay, so now Tesla's in trouble again. So Elon calls now his new friends. Who one of them is Larry Page, who is the co-founder of Google.
Okay.
And Larry's like kind of in love with Elon a little bit.
Still?
I don't know about still. Oh no, actually there's a very famous falling out that occurs.
Ooh, okay.
Which we won't be talking about, I don't think, in this episode.
Okay.
Someone sleeps with someone's wife.
No.
But allegedly.
Oh my God.
It's so great.
That's
Like, these-
amazing.
I love it. The drama of all these guys is like unmatched. They're all ugly. Look at
Yeah.
them.
I don't know. That guy's
Very-
not the worst looking guy I've ever seen in my life. He kind of looks like Justin Long. Not Justin Long. What's the other guy? The guy from Scrubs. Whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, I guess he could be worse, but like he's not like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, damn. But they're very rich, so good for them. So yeah, so this is
Zach Braff.
the crew in like, okay. Is it not Peter Dinklage? Then I don't care.
Zach Braff owns the Mermaid Inn. Did you know that?
No.
Quality
Who the fuck
restaurant.
is Zach Braff? I'm sorry.
Zach Braff, the actor.
What is he in?
He's in Scrubs.
Oh, is he the guy with blue eyes?
Yeah.
Okay. I
He's
know who
in
that is. He owns Mermaid
Garden
Inn?
State. Yeah.
Oh,
He's like a
we just
partial
went
owner
there.
of Mermaid Inn. It's the best restaurant I've ever seen in my life.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
Recommend. Plug. Friend of the pod. Mermaid Inn.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the
Mermaid
pod.
Inn.
Zach Braff.
They have one in the West Village.
They have another one that's currently closed.
They do. That we went to in the pouring rain, and me and
And
Laura.
it was closed. So we were like, no, we're not going to a different restaurant. We're going to the Mermaid Inn. God damn it. Went to the other location.
in a totally different neighborhood.
Completely different. Not convenient at all.
No.
So Tesla was in trouble. So he calls up his, not Zach Braff of Mermaid Inn fame, but Larry Page of Google fame, a little bit more famous. And he was like, hey, buddy, would you buy the company if things get weird? And Larry was like, yeah, absolutely.
What?
Why would I not buy Tesla?
Yeah.
He like literally makes a verbal agreement to purchase Tesla if necessarily. And at one point, apparently during a TED Talk, like he was really into Elon Musk. Larry Page agreed, saying Musk's aspiration to send humans to Mars to back up humanity was a worthy goal.
Oh, God.
And he said that he would rather leave his fortune to a cause like Elon Musk.
Oh, my gosh.
So like,
He's doing effective altruism, just giving his
Yeah.
money to Elon Musk.
all to go to Mars.
Yeah.
Do you think we should go to Mars?
I don't know.
It seems like one of those things, like it's almost like bedtime stories for rich guys.
Yeah,
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Where they're like, and then we'll go to Mars.
Yeah, we'll get away from all these people that hate us on Twitter.
I know they can't tweet at us in Mars, and I'm like, we will.
We'll tweet at you at Mars.
We will. We'll meme it up.
If there was like a little colony out there and you could go on vacation, would you go?
I'm
Probably take too
scared
long.
of space.
Yeah, I'm scared of space too.
I'm
I
like
don't-
fucking scared.
honestly, I don't want to go to fucking Australia, let alone space.
I know. You remember how much I bitched about that like 9-hour flight or whatever I was on
to Greece.
to Greece?
Oh my god, yeah.
I complained a lot.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand how complainy I would be?
If you're on a multiple day like rocket and you're like
Oh my god.
in a spacesuit.
There is no. Where's the flight attendant?
Yeah, where's my fucking egg rolls? Call back to another episode.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't think I would want to go. I mean, I guess it's probably worth looking into, so I'm glad someone's handling it. But these guys are weird, so I don't know. Anyway, so point is, Larry was super into Elon, and when he had like dinner with him and was like, hey, would you buy Tesla? And he was like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Which is just kind of, again, crazy that they're just like, okay, that's how casual they are going back and forth.
It's like, would you want to buy this coffee for me?
Yeah, and they're like, I don't know, sure.
Great.
Whatever.
Throw it on the tab.
You send it to
Whatever.
the lawyers.
Yeah.
So they did send the deal to the lawyers. They went back and forth. So Elon again had a safety net for the company. But meanwhile, his little Frankenstein army of salespeople, the janitor and like the accountant and all those people who work in the call center doing some deals, they did it.
Oh my God.
Like, they fucking crushed.
Wow. All right.
They closed so many deals. They sold so many cars that in 14 days, they were posted a profit of $11 million for the year of
Whoa.
2013,
Oh my God.
which is on $562 million in sales. So that's
Damn. A lot.
it's a lot. But it's still,
Well,
it's like,
how many cars is that? I'm so stupid.
oh, Christ. It doesn't matter. Write us in. I don't know. Embarrassing.
Is it 5,000?
I'm like, yeah, it's like 500 cars. No, it's more than that. It's more than that. So their stock price went from $30 to $130 because everyone was so excited that they had posted a profit like relatively early
Yeah.
in their
That's
life.
such a hard sell, especially at that time where it's like, oh, you have this car and it's like, it doesn't need to be charged. Yeah. What if I drive it this like in a remote place? Oh, there's no chargers. I don't know. And you're
Yeah,
like,
good
what?
luck.
Okay.
Also, it's $100,000.
Yeah. Oh, is it at least affordable? No, it is $100,000.
It's not at all affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it went up it was very expensive. And but people were excited about it, and Tesla was able to pay off its loan, and the short sellers lost a lot of money. Haha, fuck you guys. Actually, I might short sell them now. So the company was doing so well that Google couldn't afford them anymore. The deal didn't make sense. So that deal dissolved.
Okay.
Sorry, Larry. You have to hang out with
Bye,
him later.
Larry.
We'll revisit you later. Tesla took off and people got super excited, and all of a sudden it was like the hot thing in Silicon Valley, which is important because in our next episode where we talk about the Twitter files,
Oh my God.
he fights a lot with people in Silicon Valley. Maybe this Dave Chappelle show.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? Did you see that?
I saw that he got booed at Dave
Yeah, but it was
show.
in San Francisco.
Right.
So basically the entire, like, who's at the show? It's all of these guys.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And they're the ones booing him.
Right.
So I think that's like pretty interesting to see how they absolutely funded his initial success with Tesla.
Yeah.
And now the sentiment towards him has like 180'd
Right.
for a lot of them. Not everyone, obviously, but
Yeah.
like a lot.
Interesting.
Blah, blah, blah. Things continue on. 2012, this was just a little funny aside. He had a little fight with Ford. So he had the two car types out were the Model S and the Model X. And he really wanted to release a Model E so they could spell the Model SEX.
Oh my God. Fucking
So weird.
Elon
dude.
and his little gags, like the fucking sink.
Yeah. We're like, well, we got it. Oh, we got it, Elon. Anyway.
He thinks he's so clever.
He thinks he's so funny.
I mean, it is charming. It is. It's just
mean-
like so silly.
He's such a he's so lame, but it's like he's just the ultimate dad.
Life is such a game to him,
I can't,
you know.
yeah,
Which I
he's-
mean, I guess is kind of a nice approach, but
it is a nice approach. He's full of dad jokes, but Ford was like, "No, we have a trademark on Model E, so you can go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
It's gonna be a no from us. I guess their whole original one was the Model T.
yeah, Model
Apparently that's-
Tesla, I guess.
Yeah, or the Model T was a Ford car.
Oh.
Yeah, we know a lot. I think that's famous, but like, sure.
Eh.
So apparently, the CEO called Elon was like, "If you release the Model E, we will in fact sue you.
Okay. All right.
100% sue you."
All right.
So Elon got pissed and went off on the guy about how ridiculous holding the Model E hostage was. His quote was, "And I'm not sure which is worse, like it would actually make more sense if they're just fucking with us, because if they actually come out with a Model E at this point, we've got the S and the X, it's going to look ridiculous. It would feel like they stole it. Like you're some sort of fascist army marching across the alphabet, some sort of Sesame Street robber."
That is really funny.
That was all a quote. Also pretty creative. Sesame Street robber.
That's hilarious.
That
Marching across the alphabet.
The Ford Motor Company.
That's fucking hilarious.
So then Elon registered the Model Y, and Ford called them up again being like, "Hey, we've seen you've registered Model Y. Is that what you're going to do instead of the Model E?" And Musk replies, "No, it's a joke. SEXY. What does that spell?"
Oh my God.
So they didn't find it funny, like, at all. I think Ford is just like, we cannot. We have to work with this man, like, legitimate business working. We hate you. So instead, Elon eventually released the Model 3, so it could be S
EX.
backwards E X.
Oh, that was smart.
It's, who cares?
We have to have the sex acronym. Have to. Laura?
This guy sitting in his bed at night just being like, how
can we get the sex
how
acronym?
do I pull this together? Backwards 3. Yeah, 3 is E. Oh my God.
That's so funny.
Also, like, had you given us like 10 minutes, we would have come up with that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you just do this instead. He's, oh, okay. Anyway, so point is, that's what's going on with Tesla.
Skipped the whole Sesame Street robber rant I went on.
I could have skipped really angering, like, important people at one of our like, angering. The Ford CEO is just like, I went to Wharton for this shit.
Like,
Are you
what?
kidding me right now?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh, it's so great. Okay, so pivoting a little bit, SolarCity, that's another group that they acquire. This is interesting. Apparently, Elon Musk used to go to Burning Man.
Oh, I'm sure. That
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me at all.
He would drive around his art car, and there was one story of him climbing a 30-foot wooden pole to a dancing platform in the sky to entertain people.
Okay.
And just dancing up there. Can you imagine being on like acid at Burning Man, looking up and it's like,
Is that Elon Musk?
is Elon Musk dancing on that platform? And it is.
And it is, fully.
Yeah.
Your eyes are not playing tricks on you.
That would be quite the experience.
Him dancing has got to be rough.
Yeah. There's no way. I don't have a video of it. Maybe I'll look for one next week.
Have you ever been to Burning Man?
No, have you?
No.
Okay. I wish. I mean, I would definitely like to go. Actually, I feel like I'm a little too old for that shit now.
Yeah, me too. If there's like a luxury version of it, then okay, but I don't want to fucking... I don't want to sleep on the dirt or some shit.
No, I don't want to sleep in the dirt at all. But I feel like there's got to be a luxury version because I know these guys are pussies.
Yeah, there's
You know what I
no
mean?
way that they're sleeping in a tent with like
a urinal somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Mm.
Feels very rapey to me. Can I say that?
I mean, I don't know.
Feels
I'm not
rapey.
going to slander Burning Man, but
Yeah.
certainly opens the door
Okay.
for some potential.
Eesh.
Anyway, people who were there included his cousins, the Rive brothers. Now, I did not know this at all. Maybe you guys know this, but Elon's mom was a twin, and her kids were also very entrepreneurial. Is this genetic or like...
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. But they developed a solar power company called SolarCity in 2006. This is them. Whoa.
All right. Wow.
They look like Silicon Valley nerds. I
Wait
don't know
a minute,
what else
wait
to
a
tell
minute.
you.
These are twins?
No. The mom was twins.
Okay. I was going to say, holy fuck, how pissed would you be if you were the bald twin?
One of them is like very bald, and the other one has glasses.
That's his fatal flaw, that he has glasses.
His defining characteristic is he has glasses. He looks like one of my coworkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they developed this company called SolarCity.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what it would do is allow the entire, like, if you wanted to make your house solar powered, that process was going to be handled by a company. And then instead of like having to buy and own the solar panels on your house, they would actually be leased to you via this company.
Okay. Huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
They were very, very aggressive with their sales, and they had a no money down installation, and they were the largest installer of solar panels in the country. So very cool. Elon became the chairman of this company and their largest shareholder. So he gave them a bunch of money out the gate to get them started. I think like $10 million.
Okay. Yeah.
The main reason that this is important is that they went public. Their shares soared in 2014. And they were valued at about $7 billion, which is great. So now Elon is all of a sudden like a major player. He's like the chairman for and the founder, or not founder, but owner of another company for green tech companies.
Right.
So a lot of people were like, oh my God, you can't make money on green technology or renewable resources or things like that. And all of a sudden this guy came out of left field with very little experience in the field, and he is doing that with 2 different companies now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And like good for the environment. And shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of a wake up call, I think, for a lot of folks in the investing world, where they were like, all right, it's getting kind of embarrassing
Yeah.
that he's done this twice.
Yeah.
But I will say that 2016, SolarCity struggled quite a bit. They took on a bunch of debt to finance their rapid growth, and they had no cash, and they had to lay off 3,000 people.
Oh, wow.
About 20% of their workforce.
It's a huge company. Holy shit.
Yeah, they were doing great. And so the brothers cut their salaries to $1 each. And in August of that year, Tesla stepped in with an offer of $2.6 billion to buy the company.
Holy fuck.
And bought it, which was, by the way, a lot of investors were like, that was not worth that,
Really?
apparently. But it was his cousins that were at the company.
Wow.
So his cousins, a couple months later, exited with, I'm sure, quite the package.
Yeah.
And this is Lyndon Rives to go do his own thing. He looks really scary now.
He does
looks
look
like
very
he's seen
scary.
a ghost.
Yeah, he looks like a Zoolander character, doesn't he?
Yeah. Also, this is the same guy as this.
Whoa, he
Yep.
looks totally. I guess he dyed his hair,
At the minimum.
or maybe his
Looks
hair
like he
is
had work
gray
done.
now. Yeah, he looks fucking freaky. He ditched the glasses.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
And I looked and I was like, oh, he definitely got rid of the
He
glasses.
got rid of the glasses.
I looked and I was like, did he maybe like, I don't know, go and start some other cool thing? And no, I couldn't find like any information on what he's up to now.
Oh, he's just vibing.
So I think they just took a bunch of money from this deal where Tesla just absorbed SolarCity and moved it along.
Good for them.
Good for them, but also kind of weird because it was his cousins.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's a public company. That's like a little bit of a conflict of interest.
Yeah, that is interesting. You
know
would
what I mean?
think that
It's just food for thought.
something to think about.
Something to mull over. Moving on, he made a supercharger network. You mentioned how people wouldn't be able to like drive anywhere because you'd run out of battery.
Right.
So
Like you had to stay within a certain radius of your house, I think.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So obviously it was very important for them to be able to extend that radius. So they made 6 charging stations across California where you could go in and swap your battery out or plug in and recharge at the spot. So that's cool. And then in 2013, he had his whole Hyperloop debacle where, do you remember this at all? Hyperloop?
No.
Excuse me.
Sorry, we're dying over here.
California announced a high-speed rail between LA and SF, which would allow people to go between the two in 2.5 hours when it finishes in 2029.
Oh, wow.
I will remind you, a flight between LA and SF is about 40 minutes.
yeah.
Maybe an hour.
Yeah. So why is that?
California's really stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's beautiful. But what are we talking about, folks?
Yeah, like why would you spend all this infrastructure to build it between those two cities in particular?
2.5 hours
Okay.
by 2029. So they had this whole proposal that came out. Yeah, it actually wrote, it takes 1 hour to fly and 5 hours to drive. So this would solve literally no problems. And on top of this, its proposed cost was $60 billion.
Oh my God. And no one would take it. Everyone would be like, I'll
No.
just fly.
The highest price cost per mile like of any project, apparently. Something like that.
That's ridiculous.
So this comes out in 2013. They make this big announcement. They're all proud. They're like, all right, people are going to love this.
Yeah.
LA and San Francisco, people want to go between those two. And they hate flying. And they hate driving.
right.
They were like, we don't hate either of those things, but sure. So Elon gets so angry about this that he responds and announces that he's going to build an above ground pneumatic tube between the two cities, like like at the bank where you like put the thing in and it like sucks it up.
Right.
Yeah, like a low pressure whatever science happens and it moves really fast. And it would let people move between the two at 800 miles per hour. So you could get between the two in 30 minutes.
Oh my God. Now that would be luxury.
That's quick.
You could get to San Francisco faster than you can get to like a new neighborhood.
I can't get to the freaking Hell's Kitchen in 30 minutes.
No.
That's terrifying. It's frankly terrifying.
But would he like
exactly.
how
Yeah,
do you
no,
do that?
exactly. So you're like, okay, cool, but what?
But how?
And that's exactly what everyone said. They were like, we're listening.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So he released a paper, like a white paper on how this would all work on Bloomberg, which apparently was so popular that their servers crashed from the amount of traffic of people reading this paper.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Which, like, come on, nerds.
Yeah.
Relax.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. It's like, it's not that exciting.
It is pretty exciting.
It's exciting, but it's like, we're going to crash a server. Wait an
Right.
hour.
Right.
So people were very excited about the whole thing. They read the paper. They loved it. Obama requested a meeting with him in 2014.
Oh wow.
I know.
Those two would not be in the same room now.
Woo!
How
No.
things have changed.
Ooh, how the tables be turning. Obama loved it, and a bunch of people made a company called Hyperloop Technology. So Hyperloop Technologies was born. Nevada Senator Harry Reid was briefed. Thank God they talked to him. I don't know. I'm sure he's important. And then they started to work.
Funny.
Thank God someone talked to Nevada Senator Harry Reid.
Gotta brief him. Harry? Have you talked to Harry?
Has anybody called Harry yet?
Okay.
He was briefed. And they started working to buy land next to I-15, which how pissed would you be to be in traffic on I-15? And then right next to it, you see the fucking loop just like sucking human beings through it. And you're like, ugh. ugh.
There would definitely be some crazy crash.
Oh.
Oh.
Obviously, and I mean, it's a really cool idea. It really is. And it was very exciting. The logistics, just knowing how difficult it is. Remember when they built the tunnel in Boston?
Yeah. There were a lot of people died.
Like, people died. That we should probably talk about that at some point.
Yeah, we should. The Big Dig. Is that what you're talking
Big
about?
Dig.
Big Dig.
Big Dig was also like my entire childhood.
Yeah, me too. It's all any grown-ups talked about. Literally.
It was literally the only focus of conversation at any adult
That's it.
gathering was this current status of the Big Dig.
Of a construction site.
And if you drove around the Big Dig,
Oh.
God forbid, my dad would be like, "Oh, Big Dig's coming."
Yeah.
See that?
That's part of the Big Dig.
It's part of the Big Dig. Be a tunnel under. It's gonna go under.
Yeah. Everyone was obsessed with the fucking Big
Obsessed
Dig.
with the Big Dig. Anyway, so point is, I watched the Big Dig struggle. Just inch. I could have done the Big Dig faster. Just fucking me and like a couple dogs could have gotten into there quicker than they did it.
Dude, engineering is insane though. Like
Yeah, I
whenever I'm
know.
taking the subway over here, I'm like, I'm underwater. How?
How?
How is this happening? How did they build this?
I know. And I remember when they did the L train, they redid it, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, it's gonna take us 3 years." And everyone was like, "No,
No, we're not gonna do
no,
that.
it's not." And then they were like, "All right, 8 months."
Yeah.
We like basically just like bullied the MTA into like actually doing it in the amount of time
Right.
it would really take. We were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no.
We're not talking like mob no-show jobs, okay? We are having people show up, they're paid, they're on paper, they're documented, and they're completing the work.
The hipsters took a look at it and were like, get the fuck back out there right now. We will cold brew you up. We will sit there with cold brew, and you're going to keep it moving. You're going to keep working.
Yeah.
And they did. They were successful.
I
It's
lived
great
in
now.
the East Village for, I think, 4 years at least. And there was a construction site there for the entirety of the
Yeah,
4 years.
whole time.
And I've never seen anyone working on it.
No.
I've seen people sitting around eating lunch,
Oh, yeah.
but I haven't seen them drilling with a drill.
It's part of a tourist attraction
Yeah.
more than anything. And they're like, this is, New York construction. It'll be here for the rest of our lives. Minus the L train. If you're getting bullied by hipsters, things happen real quick. So anyway, point is, I had my doubts about the Hyperloop. But in 2015, they started a Hyperloop pod competition where they built this track here. And it's like a mile long. And then they would get college students to do these competitions where they would develop cars, whatever you call them.
Containers for people?
I'm like, pods? I guess
Yeah,
pods.
I
Sounds
guess.
very futuristic. They put those guys into this little tube and shoot them around. And they did that for a couple years in a row, which was very cute. 2015 to 2019, they ran this little thing. It is a pod. Here's a picture. This is actually, they actually had a competition where Richard Branson started the Virgin Hyperloop.
Oh, I do remember this.
Yep. And
Yeah.
so this is a picture of one of the pods for the Virgin Hyperloop. It looks like the future.
Yeah, it looks like a space.
It looks like
Crap.
space. And then it goes into this little tube, which looks fucking terrifying. What if you hit something?
I don't know. Yeah, that's really scary.
What if there's an unidentified object on the track? We'll be stopping. We'll be moving momentarily.
Yeah.
What if you'll be stuck at the station because we'll be moving momentarily?
Oh, God.
You don't know. But anyway, so that wooed on. They had the whole test track for a while. Then they opened the Vegas Loop at Resorts World in Vegas.
Oh, there's one live right now? I didn't even know that. Huh.
Where you can spend $1.50 or buy a day pass for $2.50 or pay in Dogecoin.
Oh.
Dead serious. It's a
Doge.
real thing. This actually opened in 2022, I believe. And you can go from the resort to the hotel. Or
Okay.
the convention center, to the hotel. Pretty cool. Vegas
is
has really leaned in on a bunch of these. They have 55 planned stations for these Hyperloops.
Oh, wow.
Though I did read one person who took it and was like, it was weird and very slow and felt very like Disney-esque.
Really? Huh.
I don't know. In conclusion, they just dismantled the Hyperloop station in California, this one here, the original track that they built. And I think they've moved away from a lot of the plans for it because it ended up being too hard.
Yeah.
So
I feel like in our lifetime, I mean, definitely, probably in the next like 10 years, there'll be things like that. But Just takes
No.
forever.
Yeah, not if Elon keeps tweeting.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna fire, get him.
I feel like all of his businesses have had, some sort of altruistic reason a little bit until Twitter. Now it's just like, all right, well, we're just blowing ourselves,
I mean, even that one, he was like, oh, freedom of speech. And then he was like immediately 180'd on that. And he's like,
Yeah.
unless you piss me off personally, in which case,
Right.
get out of here.
Right.
So that brings us to my favorite topic. Does Elon have Asperger's? Yes.
Yes.
And
for
the
sure.
answer is he does. Yes, he does. Which explains so much. So much. So, first story where this kind of like came out in the book that I read about him. I read a whole book.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's insane.
So he had this EA, Mary Beth Brown, which sounds like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't her name Mary Beth?
I think so. Mary Jane, maybe?
Mary Jane? Whatever. Like a very Southern. Mary Beth. And she was his EA for a really long time. Oh, Pepper Potts. Who knows? Whatever. Point is, you get it. She was his like right-hand woman, lady person. She would work 20-hour days when he did. She brought him meals. She would set up his business appointments, arrange time with his kids, picked out his clothes, dealt with his press requests, and would pull him out of meetings to keep him on schedule.
Oh,
She
wow.
was literally like the only person who was the bridge between all of his different companies.
Yeah.
Like she worked across companies and Elon. So like organizing him across like
It's a big job.
very insane schedule.
She better have
Huge.
gotten a great
Well,
salary. Probably not.
Their relationship took a turn in 2014
Oh,
where she
no.
asked for a raise.
Oh, God.
Because you're going to get pissed. And Elon said that she should take 2 weeks off and he was going to take on her role in the meantime to see how the work felt.
Oh, my God.
When she came back, she was fired.
No way.
Fuck this guy.
What an asshole.
Dude, like, and I think, like, what a sociopath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a sociopath.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Isn't that, like, that makes me so angry.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we don't know all the details, but let me just tell you, the surface, not looking great for Elon.
So he just doesn't have an assistant? That can't be.
I don't know if he's maybe hired people since then or something like that. There was, he did like try to like backpedal on this story because this came out in the book and he was like, that is not true. We gave her severance.
Oh
We're
my
like,
God.
no one asked
That's
if you
not
gave her
the
severance
point.
at
Yeah.
all. He said that he wanted to have more subject matter experts for the various companies, which sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was very, very upset about it, which makes me think that that's exactly what occurred.
Yeah.
And she
he's
refused.
embarrassed.
She refused to do interviews.
Oh, that's so sweet.
God, it makes me so sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yikes.
Yikes.
Or I wonder if she was paid off not to do interviews, honestly.
I don't know. It sounds like, I mean, I'm sure she was just really hurt.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
No, totally. That sucks. I agree.
So this story goes along with Elon being like generally like really rude.
Yeah.
He'd obsess over typos, or if someone was boring him at a dinner table,
Oh my
he would
God.
just get up and leave.
No way.
He had this thing where he'd go outside and stare at the stars because he hated being around fools.
Okay.
Dude, why are you such a dick?
Yeah, I hate that.
It's like just you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
Kind of an asshole. A
Like,
huge asshole.
You're a huge asshole.
Yes.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Hot take.
I don't think
Elon
anyone
Musk.
else has said that.
I don't think so either. And people theorized for a long time and were like, oh, maybe he has something a little spicy going on here.
Right.
A little extra. Well, they were right. He goes on SNL. This actually happened.
I remember this.
This actually happened this year.
Yeah,
oh my God.
yeah.
Watch a fucking
I
advertisement.
think he did a good job, too, in his monologue, right?
The monologue, yeah, it was fine. I mean, it was like, there's plenty of comic stuff to work with there. Like, if you
Yeah.
can't if they couldn't write him something pretty funny, like,
That's insane.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Night as the first person with Asperger's to host SNL.
Look at him. Look at the way he moves.
So
That's cute.
he confirmed there that he, in fact, does have Asperger's,
Yeah.
which feels obvious in retrospect.
It does feel very obvious.
And then he does go on to say, like, the rest of his speech was pretty good. Like, so I won't make a lot of eye contact with the cast tonight, but don't worry, I'm pretty good at running human in emulation mode. It's funny.
It's funny.
Whoever wrote that, good job. It's funny.
It's cute.
Traits of Asperger's are interests that become obsessions. Massive check.
Yeah, check.
Unbelievably massive check. fascinated by machines. What are we doing?
Well, yeah, of course.
Lacking empathy. We got it.
Oh.
And then socially awkward.
Oh.
You know?
That would be so hard to be in love with somebody that like lacks empathy and it's just because of a disorder they have. Like I would be like, ooh.
I don't really know much about Asperger's. Honestly, this is probably the most real information I have on it.
Yeah, neither do I.
Can people like work? I would imagine people can work around it or like improve on it.
Well, I think that it's sort of like any sort of societal norm. You sort of learn that that's the norm and you sort of emulate the norm, but maybe they're not feeling how they should be feeling. It's kind of like a sociopath can pretend to have feelings and pretend to care about stuff. So it looks like they care, but then in their reality they don't. So like you can learn, when you meet somebody you have to say, hi, my name is May, and do all the pleasantries. That's like a learned behavior. Like,
yeah, but you don't actually have the
you don't
emotion.
want to. Like, you're not.
Like, like that, like little, like when you see someone you like, and you're like, oh.
Right. No, they don't.
Cool.
I don't know. I mean, again, I'm talking out of my fucking ass. But
That's what we do here. Well, this really came into sharp relief when we're there. The Thai cave diver scenario occurred.
And to be fair, I do think that he could learn to be more polite and less of a fucking dick.
At the minimum,
Yeah.
like now it's losing him some money, so
Yeah,
he'll probably
maybe.
learn a lot faster.
That's true. Okay, I want to hear about these Thai people.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, if I can't believe this might bring up Ella as we go through because it was a huge story.
It must. Okay.
What the hell year was this? A while ago. I want to say doesn't matter. A couple years ago. Let's call it 2016. I'm just making that up.
Okay.
Literally just making up the year this happened. There was this soccer team called the Wild Boar soccer team, and they went exploring, I guess, this cave diving in Thailand, which feels like a weird thing for a soccer team to do, but sure.
Yeah.
And with their coaches. Weird.
And they're young.
They're kids. They're like 14 and under. Like they're young. And they got trapped in a cave in northern Thailand.
Oh my God.
For over 2 weeks.
No, come on.
Underwater. It was like an underwater cave.
Oh my God. Did they die?
They didn't die. Spoiler alert. Everyone else fucking knows the story. Everyone's like, no, they didn't die, May. There is a happy ending for some people. Okay, so this feels really unrelated to Elon Musk, right? Because it is.
Yeah.
Because it very much is. But it was world global news. And they were like, all these experts were trying to figure out how to get all of these kids out of an underwater cave. That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't have a ton of ideas. I'd be like, go swim with them. And Musk decided to chirp up and offer up the help of engineers from SpaceX and the Boring Company to assist in transporting them out.
Oh, that's so cool.
He wanted to make a mini submarine. Apparently, this started on July 4th with, of course, Twitter. And someone was asking him if he'd be able to help, some random follower. And he replied, I think the Thai government has it under control, but I'm happy to help. Then he was like, that has started him thinking. He's like, how would I do that? So on July 6th, he sent some engineers over there. And he started tweeting about how you could do like some, drills and battery packs and air pumps, science and shit.
Right.
So he's sending over his engineers to Thailand. This is not anything to do with him. And
right.
She's already sending people there.
I mean, this is a little bit of empathy, right? Like, this is kind of cool.
It is. And that's at first everyone was like, oh my God, he's trying to help. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing about him is he starts in a good place.
He does. Yeah.
So he keeps moving along and then he goes, okay, so we'll pump it out. And then he's like, no, let's build a mini submarine. Okay. And they do.
Yeah.
They build this little mini submarine. You can see a little picture of it here in a California swimming pool. They build it really quickly and then they send it to Thailand. It's a kid-sized submarine. And then he says he's getting good feedback about it.
Okay.
Iterating on the escape pod design, blah, blah, blah. Using Falcon rocket as a whole. So it's like, he's going full Asperger's, very
Obsessed.
excited.
Yeah.
Obsessed about the whole thing.
I mean, that's a good thing to be obsessed about, though.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. So he had landed on this idea. He sends it over there. He goes to Thailand. Mm-hmm. And then on July 9th, by the way, this is the course of 5 days.
Wow.
This all occurs.
Wow.
Which they're under fucking water. So like, they're in an underwater cave. So, like,
I don't understand. I mean, obviously there was like little pockets of
it's like a
air,
cave, you swim in and then cave and then they couldn't get out.
Oh my God.
I
So
think they
probably
got in when it was not full of water.
Yeah. So
and
they
then-
just can only lay down when it's.
I don't know how big the cave was.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he goes over to Thailand.
So he goes over to Thailand. He tweets, like, for instance, just returned from Cave 3. Mini sub is ready if needed. It is made of rocket parts and named Wild Boar after kids' soccer team. Leaving here in case it might be useful in the future. Thailand is so beautiful.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he is all excited. He has his mini submarine there. He's trying to get people to use it. He's very excited about it. And then all the 12 Thai players were rescued without his submarine.
Okay.
So what they did
is he pissed now?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So they had, understandably, the Thai government was like, thank you so much. Like, we really appreciate you trying to help, but like, we're going to go with like our plan.
Right.
Like, plan the one we think is going to be the best because we
Right.
would like these kids to live and their coaches. So they get, what they
God
actually
forbid.
ended up doing is they got like professional divers who came from like a really around the world. It was like it was a really impressive effort. And they drugged the kids. The only reason they did is so they wouldn't panic and freak out while they were being pulled out.
Oh, okay.
I get it. Like,
Yeah.
it's very scary. And then I guess they did like this like assembly line kind of deal where the divers would sit under the cave and then they would pass the kids
Oh, wow.
like alongside.
Wow.
Because it's just narrow and they didn't want to like hit them on the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
And hurt them.
Holy shit.
They did it. And they put scuba masks on the kids so that they would be able to bring them all out. And they got all of them out and they
Oh
were
my
all
gosh.
rescued.
Wow. That's
that
great.
cool?
That's such a nice story.
It is a nice story.
Their muscles must have been so fucked up and like
I think
their skin.
apparently someone offered them like World Cup tickets right after.
Oh my God. They're like,
and they were like, they're going to the hospital.
yeah. What? How did they eat? What did they have for food, Laura?
Like nothing.
Oh my God.
Like it was obviously, it was one of those stories that was happening and everyone was like, is this about to be really fucking sad?
Yeah.
Like, are we all like tuned into a story that's about to end at just 14 people dying in a cave? Yikes.
Yeah, that's
They
how I thought
all-
it was going to go.
I know they all made it, which is cool.
That's great.
Anyway, and at first Elon was all like, oh my God, obviously excited. Great news that they made it out safely. Congratulations to an outstanding rescue team.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
at this point, things took a turn for
Oh
the
my
worse. He, some of the Thai rescuers were praising his technology and just said, hey, it's not practical for this specific plan.
Yeah.
So it was good and sophisticated, just not practical for this mission, which is what Osatanakorn, the head. Whoa.
Oh, so Tanana corn. Wow.
I think I did
that's-
it.
Yeah, I think so.
But-
That's really tough.
That was tough. He was the head of the Joint Command Center overseeing the operation, and he just said it was not practical for the mission. Musk got pissed about it and hit back at him, saying that he was not the subject matter expert. And then he said he was expressing doubt about Osatanakorn's credentials, saying that he had inaccurately described himself as the rescue chief, when in reality he was like, the former government official or something like that.
Okay.
So basically, Musk immediately was like, this guy was just trying to be like, hey, cool, great job, thanks for
Right.
helping. And he was like, fuck you.
That's so funny.
Oh, it was practical for the mission, actually.
Oh my God.
And then apparently Musk replied, sharing his emails correspondence with one of the other members of the rescue team, Richard Stanton, who was one of the divers, who had been encouraging him to make the submarine.
Yeah.
Obviously, Richard Stanton was probably like, yeah, we should try every avenue.
Right, why
like,
not?
keep every option moving along
If you
just
can,
in
let's
case.
do it. Great.
Right. So he shares this email and he was like, it was absolutely practical. Look, this guy says, he's acting in a very emotional way
Yeah.
and making it about him
Yeah.
when it's like,
I don't know.
relax.
Yeah, we got the kids. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. And then he tweets, this reaction has shaken my opinion of many people. Now, if there's anyone who needs it in the future, he's leaving the submarine there in case anyone needs it in the future. Something's messed up if this is not a good thing. So he's pissed. Then he tweets a whole bunch of additional stuff about this guy. Never saw this British expat guy who lives in Thailand, sus, at any point when we were in the caves. Only people in sight were the Thai army guys, who were great. The Navy SEALs escorted us in, total opposite of wanting us to leave. Water levels were actually very low, blah, 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 blah. Some other stuff like about the actual rescue.
Yep.
You know what? Don't bother showing the video. We will make one of the mini sub pod going all the way to Cave 5, no problemo. Sorry, pedo guy. You really did ask for it.
Oh my
So
God.
now he is calling this man who was involved in the operation to remove these Thai children from these caves a pedophile.
Well, that's why he's so motivated to get them, Laura. He's a fucking pedo.
Hey, we found a fun job for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
wanna-
all it's not all downside, is what I'm trying to say. There's a couple upsides.
You want to diddle these kids? Prove it.
Get them out of the cave and then
Okay.
you're still not allowed, but we'll think about it but it's gonna be a no. So Jesus Christ, this Elon Musk is just tweeting at this random hero.
Yeah.
Like a hero. Like arguably, I don't know what to tell you. He rescued 14 kids to whatever. Like,
Yeah.
can he have a second of just being like, hey, good job?
No.
Nope. He calls him a pedophile. He calls him a pedophile. Maybe not unprovoked. Like they have a little, like what?
Because he built a thing and they didn't use it.
Yeah.
In their successful operation.
Correct.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Sorry, pedo guy. You really did ask for it. So everyone obviously was like, hey, what the hell? Why are you calling this man a pedophile, you idiot?
Right.
And some person quote tweets him being like, oh, real classy. And Elon replies, betcha a signed dollar it's true.
Oh my God. So he just has he's just like,
He just doubles down.
that's hilarious.
He doubles down. And obviously calling people pedophiles is like a very, this will lead into some of the Twitter file stuff. It's a very like 4chan kind of insult. That's like their favorite insult.
Yeah.
Everyone bad, pedophile. Don't get
Right.
me wrong. Pedophile, very bad.
Yeah.
But it's like their peak bad.
right.
They kind of
right.
see it as like the secret goal of liberal politics.
Did you know that in England, I think they call them either a nunce or a dunce. I don't forget, but I think that's really cute.
Oh, but wait, like that's a pedophile is a dunce?
pedophile is like a dunce
Oh, really?
or a nunce.
It might be a nunce because I think a dunce. I know they have the dunce cap, which they
Oh,
used to
yeah.
have people sit in the corner and you have to wear the dunce cap.
Yeah, but I think it's like a similar insult where it's like you're a dork, but you're a dunce, and it's like you.
Oh,
fuck
and you
kids.
also fuck kids.
Yeah, I think it's like a.
Oh, you're a nerd and you fuck kids.
Yeah, but I think it's like one of those like it's like pussy, like it's like
got it.
all
A
in
catch-all.
Yeah, a catch-all, and I don't know. My British friends were telling me sometimes it can be applied as a pedo, and you just kind of know it when you hear it, kind of thing. It's like
yeah, I get it. Like
Yeah.
we certainly have plenty of those where you're like,
right,
the application is super and context is important.
yeah,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I remember the dunce cap. That was very popular when I was a kid. Everyone was like, you're going to wear the dunce cap.
Wait,
I don't know.
really?
Like, you know, like random things would catch on in a school.
Yeah, yeah.
It was one of those where, like, for whatever reason, some kid read the right British book and like was
right.
like dunce cap or like that was like
needs to be wear.
yeah, wear the dunce cap. You fucking
She needs to wear
idiot.
the pedophile cap.
You're calling me a pedophile. I was like a child.
Yeah, you're like not possible. Got you there.
I am a pedophile because I do love kids because I am one. I was a child. So listen, this didn't go over well.
No.
Tesla stock dipped. People were pissed. Investors were like, what the fuck are you doing? Eventually he did apologize. And then the other guy actually sued him for defamation and he lost. But either way, it was very,
He lost.
yeah, I mean, who knows the
Yeah.
semantics of the case,
Sure.
whatever. I didn't look into that. But point being, very Asperger's
Yeah.
esque behavior, having a whole rescue, calling someone a pedophile because you got pissed that they didn't do what you wanted, and kind of mirrors a lot of similar behavior that we're seeing now. I feel like.
Right.
So we'll talk more about that.
Oh,
But-
it's gonna be fun.
People with Asperger's apparently tend to get fixated on their favorite thing, and apparently this can be very good for running a company.
Yeah.
Because if your favorite thing is starting a business, you make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're dealing with our boy Elon.
Okay. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Right? Now
Yeah.
you know a new thing.
Now
Thai
I know a
cave
new thing.
divers.
Yeah, that was cool.
Pedo boy.
So next Elon episode, you're gonna talk the Twitter files.
I
That's
sure
gonna
am.
be fun.
It's gonna be spicy.
Really.
You don't like
spicy.
politics? It'll be the one where I'm like, probably skip that one. But still like and subscribe. Maybe just open it so we get the download.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know what I mean? But I get it.
Please,
also hate it.
like and subscribe. Tell your friends.
And
All I want for Christmas is a fucking smash on that subscribe button.
smash it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I think that's it.
That's it.
I think next week we're gonna do the 30 under 30, right?
Oh, yes. We're going to do the superlatives for the 30 under 30, like most likely to commit fraud.
Yes.
Because Elizabeth Holmes and SBF are both famously 30 under 30s for Forbes. So
Amazing.
let's pick the new one from the next class. We're going to do
Yay.
it.
Alrighty.
all right.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.